Yeah, this is what I had with the other mentor. I mean, I was asking him, should I cut it? And he told me, 2 days afterwards, send me the data. I sending him 2 days afterwards. Okay, send me the data. Okay, cut it. But it's been running for 5 days at $100 a
Yep.
day with
Yeah.
like a
Lost
10
500
bucks
bucks.
CPC and a $200 CPM. But I don't
Yep.
know it's bad because I'm new to
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
So I got that with you, response
Mhm.
time, you say, send me that. And, in 10 minutes, I know, okay, I cut it or I let it down. That's really helpful just so I can continue to moving forward. I don't waste a bunch of time
Yep.
and I'm saving money. If
Yep. Yep.
I'm spending on an ads that could be, really expensive for people that are starting out and don't have much money,
Hmm.
it could be quite some big numbers. Also, another thing that you do in your inner circle is you do a product research sheet. So basically, for all the new one that are looking at that, you're doing you're finding about 50 products, you're putting them on an Excel sheet, and then you can approve some of them. So you go through, and a lot of them are already been tested from someone else in the course, from you by yourself and everything. So some are good product that could be good when you look at those, but because they are not going to perform, you just don't waste product,
Yep.
don't waste time to test product that won't perform because you already test those. And so in reality, you test way more because you just know which one are not going to perform instead of testing them to know it.
Yep.
And you save a bunch of money too. So the
Yep.
testing are way more efficient and you get well, since I joined, I got even at the beginning before hitting my first winner, I was getting way more sales each testing just because my testing were better, because my product were better, because you approved those.
Well, everything was better, right? The product research was
Yeah.
better. Like you actually had the product validation processes, right? The
Hmm.
landing pages were better from the resources we have.
Yeah.
The creatives that you were finding, like you could actually look at them and like understand why a creative performs and why another creative doesn't perform. So, but everything does come down to the product and to the offer. And I think that the approach that we have with product research and validation is a little bit more unique than what other people have. And like you said, it's you might land on a product that checks off all the boxes, but we
Hmm.
just so happen to have already tested it in our community and our ecosystem. And so, and you like, you probably come across that 20% of the time. So if you
Yeah.
find 50 products a week and 10 of them we've already tested in our ecosystem, even though the characteristics are good, then you're saving from having to test 10 products a week that you would have otherwise done yourself, if you hadn't known that, right? If you didn't
Yeah.
have visibility into as many product tests as we do. My next question to you is how many products that it took for you to hit your first winning product?
43.
Now that's in total, right?
Yeah.
So that's from the start of from, over 6 months ago at this point. How
Hmm.
about once you kind of understood our product research validation processes and just kind of being involved in DropSkale?
It was when I hit the first good product that will be a winner later in the game at my product number 6.
Hmm.
Then I hit my first winner at product number 11, and then my main winner is at product number 13.
Yep. That's awesome. And like, I love how you said that is going to be a big winner in the future because
Yeah,
it's something that we practice and that we preach, which is that you sometimes you just have to build data in an ad account. You have to go through certain learning experiences for you to have the right perspective on what creatives that you need to source, on what offer you need to create, on how much budget you maybe need to allocate to a product. And there's all these variables that come into play that that the metrics look good in the sense that you can scale it, but right now might not be that right time. It might be when, you're not juggling two active winning products at the same time like you currently are, right?
yeah,
So normally we say that, 20 to 25 product tests, if they're very good, very high quality launches with enough volume of creative and quality creative, then you should definitely land on one that's profitable by well over the amount that you spent testing the previous 20 or 25. But a lot of times we'll find them at number 10 or number 5 or number 15. And it's different for everyone, but one thing that you can't get around is it's never the first one, right?
No.
And it's almost never the second one, and it's very rarely the third one. But a lot of people they'll test three products, they won't work. They'll use the wrong strategy, they'll test terrible products, they'll
Yeah.
use bad creatives, they'll, do TikTok organic, and then they'll say that dropshipping is a scam without really like having the full picture, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I did all that except the TikTok organic and saying
Yeah.
dropshipping is a scam because it's
Yeah.
not a scam. And another thing about the product research, when you put 50 products that you would have tested and you approve five of them, then the five of them are going to be the best of the best and have the most chance to succeed. So I think that's what, you know, changed from would you have succeed or not? It's about the product selection because as a new dropshipper, you don't know what is gonna succeed or not. You're
Yeah.
just throwing past at the wall and hoping it's gonna stick.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah,
don't even know
it's the
where,
feedback loop, right? So
yeah,
it's that it's not only that I'm pushing you and I'm holding you accountable to maybe researching more products than you ever
hmm
have before, like with more intensity, but I'm also giving you feedback on every single product, right? So
yeah,
some people they want to wait for the opportunity to only upload like the perfect products, and that's not how you want to do it, right? You want to upload 50 products, whether they're good or bad, because
yeah,
all the bad ones, I will give you feedback on why they're bad, and it's going to steer you towards the direction of all the good ones, right? So you
hmm
learn from both ends, and I think just the speed of feedback and also the quality and the depth of the feedback makes it very clear to you, okay, this is what I should be looking for, right? I'm not just going
yeah,
on TikTok organic and scrolling and trying to find a product that has a lot of views. Like I know what characteristics, what psychological triggers cause people to buy, and I know how to create good offers around them, source good creatives, launch good ads with the right strategy, et cetera. Because you need all those pieces of the puzzle, but it all starts with a good product and a good offer, right?
yeah. And I
Yeah.
think another thing that a lot of new dropshipper, and I include myself also, it's like you said, waiting for the perfect product. But
Mhm.
what every dropshipper or every new dropshipper need to understand is if your product is a winner, when you're gonna launch it, even though it's not perfect, you're gonna have traction.
Yes.
It might not be sell, it might not be profitable, but you're gonna have add to cart, you're gonna have a good CPC, you're gonna have a good CPM. And then you could see, okay, this is worth investing more time into, taking a look at the data and everything, and you're gonna develop a winner. But
Yep.
even though it's not perfect at the beginning and you're just waiting, if it's not a winner, it's gonna be bad at the beginning. But if it's a winner, you're gonna have signs that it's a winner. But you
Yeah.
need to know and understand these signs. So
Yep.
that's what made a difference with you also because you understand those signs. And one time I texted you, should I cut this one? No, these are good, these are good, these are good. Launch it back this way. And that's how we find one of my winners.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
think that
Isn't
made
that
it.
isn't that a wild concept? I've experienced something 100 times. You've never experienced it, and what you would have otherwise saw, oh, this is just another bad product. I saw an
Mhm.
opportunity for you to just tweak a couple of things and be able to totally change how the performance was, and then it
Yeah.
actually works, right? And like that's the whole reason why we're talking together is because I have all of this crap that I went through and all these failures and trials and tribulations that millions of dollars worth of ad spend that you acquire pretty much like overnight through the resources that we have to offer. And
Mhm.
that's why like fundamentally education, at least in this form, like self-education, it's like
Yeah.
the best thing that you could put your money into, right? You could put 5 grand into the S&P 500 and make maybe $500 in a year. Like,
If you're lucky.
cool. You right, if you're lucky, if you maybe not right now, but that's a whole different conversation. Or you could put it into like building high income skills and like actually know what
Yeah.
you're doing. And so I think, I can encourage more people to do it, whether it's for business or for anything else, right? Like I hired a health coach and it completely like transformed one of like an issue that I was having with my health, right? And like it's the best money that you can spend, right?
Yeah.
So one more question that I have for you, and we can wrap it up, is having had already invested in a bad coach, what gave you reassurance to like continue moving forward with another coach where you knew what you were going to be getting was different than what you've gotten in the past?
I think it would be that I was I was close to succeed, I think, in amount of things I needed to change. But I was far off of the time it would take for me to succeed.
Hmm.
So I think I knew I would succeed because I'm confident in myself and I have other businesses in selling where I did succeed. So I know I could sell. It
Yeah.
wasn't the selling part. The problem wasn't the motivation part, and it wasn't the money part. Because of my other businesses, I do have funds. So I knew I could make it, and I've looked up to other people that were making it, and I knew it was possible. So that's why I continue. And why it was different because by going with another mentor and seeing what I was missing, when I went with you, the first call we did, it was like, I'm gonna give you that, 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 and it was exactly the thing I was looking for
Yeah.
to add to be able to succeed because I knew it was missing product research. I knew my product were bad. I was looking at my ads and I knew they were bad. And the time of response. It was
Yeah.
horrible with the other guy, and you told me right up front it's gonna be really fast with me. So that's why I went with you, and it was more expensive, but if you trust yourself, it's gonna be fine. If and I rather pay more to have a great service and have a, you know, almost guaranteed success if you do the work,
Yeah.
because in your mentorship, if we can call it like that, you have an amount of product you need to test before making it. So
Yeah.
that's another part. If you're waiting a month and a half to test one
The
product
first product. Yeah.
and you hit your winner at number 25, it's going to take you like 2 years. But
Yep.
if you test like I did, your first 20 product in the first month,
Yep.
then you're gonna find your winner in the first month. It's not about of how long you take to test those, it's how many
Yep.
products you test.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's would have changed between you and somebody else. It's just and your background also. I mean, you have multiple brands, you are not new to coaching, you have actual result in the
Yeah,
the
just the
circle.
evidence, right? Like
Yeah.
there's so much like I think prior to us working together, I shared all the results that I've gotten over the
Mhm.
past couple of years of working with people, even like on and off. I think I even on one of our calls, I think I whipped out my phone, I refreshed the screen and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yep, this is what we did last month." So it's like it's when you have undeniable evidence that something is going to work and then you have a track record that's worked for other people, then and you're like and you most importantly, I love what you just said is like a couple minutes ago, you basically said, I knew I was going to make this work regardless because
Yeah.
like that's who I am and I have confidence in myself. I know that the business model works because other people have succeeded with it. That
Yeah.
is the most important thing. And that a lot of people lack, right? They
Yeah.
say, you know what,
Absolutely.
I'm not very confident, but I'm gonna pay you as a coach so that I can kind of borrow your confidence. That's not at all what you did, right? You said, hey, I'm already confident. Like I'm gonna make this work probably with or without you, but I don't want to wait 2 years. I want to be able to do this in the next 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did, right?
Yeah. And I mean, if you start something by just telling yourself you're just gonna stop it, and to make sure it doesn't work, don't start it and, get more motivation in. And also don't, you know, see this video and go, okay, I'm gonna go with Cal and I'm gonna make 100,000 a month and he's gonna make me rich. I mean, he's gonna make you rich if you put the effort accordingly to what you want as success. If you want to make $1,000 a month more, then if you put lower effort, it's fine. But if you're coming in here telling yourself, I'm going to be making 300,000 a month, like certain students are
Yeah.
doing with you,
Yeah.
and you just need to put the effort that you need to have to be making 300,000 a month. So that's another thing I like with you. It's like certain mentor going to say, okay, I'm going to help you to 50,000 a month. That's it. But if you're coming in here and saying, I want to make 1 million a month, you can
I'm
help
like,
them
yeah, I'm like,
making,
cool. Let's
let's
get to
do it.
work, you
Yeah.
know?
But you need to get the work.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think a lot of people get into drop shipping. They think it's like a an easy money. It's like
Yeah.
no work. They're gonna be sitting down on their phone and working half an hour a day. Yeah, maybe in 7 years, when your brands are all built up and you have put the 100 hours a week
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
then you will be able to work an hour a day.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, it's a lot of work, and I think you don't you need to don't look at past tests like, oh, I have failed this amount of time. Because this way is gonna be, depressing and unmotivating for you. You need to look at them. I have tested this amount of product, so I'm out closer to succeed.
Or I've learned these amount of
Yeah,
these amount of environments don't work. I've you can because you can pick and choose from every product, and there will be
hmm
a good thing about everything that you test. There will also surely be a bad thing about everything that you do
yeah,
that you can learn from so that you could do better moving forward. So I think that, our post-test analysis and our product launch
yeah,
workflow, one of the tools we use, like it's something I really emphasize that everyone uses because the having that feedback loop between why a product did well and didn't is everything. And that's where everyone overlooks it. They're like, oh, it didn't do well. I'm just going to move on and just like not reflect on anything that was involved in that previous test. Yeah.
yeah. And you're totally right. I mean, this is how we found a winner of mine, like I told before. It's
Yeah.
like if you just, test product and say, okay, it failed, I'm gonna move on. It's the right mindset, but you need to see why it failed.
Yeah.
Because if you don't learn and you always test shitty product back and back and back, or
Yeah.
like you sold them for $10, then you're not gonna
Oh, I
succeed.
wonder.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
wonder why
yeah,
it didn't do well.
I did two sales. Yeah, you need to have like 100 sales a day to make $100. So
Yeah.
like it won't happen. And you just
Yeah.
need to. So I think, starting dropshipping it's easy, but cracking it now, you really need to know what you're doing. So I
Yeah.
think that's a big thing why mentorship is so big now, but it's hard for a beginner to look at all of the mentor and see, okay, which one is good,
Yeah.
because there are a lot of fake things online. There are a lot of fake peoples, and I think that's was one thing I trust you because of all your last result that no other mentor would have
Yeah.
shown me just because they didn't have result.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big thing that change my mind and say, okay, I'm gonna go with you and I'm gonna have success just because you prove you have success, and not like the same 10 screenshot that you're throwing around
Yeah.
and I got success, and like no date, no nothing.
Cool.
And do you want me to show some actual result? I'm talking
Yeah, man.
about
Yeah.
result
So
and
how
result
about
and result.
how about yesterday's results? How did that look like? Just so that people know that you're not a paid actor.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Or
paid.
he's not getting paid enough, actually.
So I'm gonna
Yeah,
lower my,
you could cover the top, the
oh
brand
yeah, I'm new to showing that. So if we're,
2280. Hell yeah.
yeah, so this is yesterday, and if we look at maybe the last 30 days, so since
Sure.
I, start to have this winner, it's like, May so
Yep.
13,000, and you see the curve, how
Oh
like
yeah, look at that. That's gonna be,
how
I
how
mean,
fast it's changed.
yeah, I mean this month we're gonna do 60K plus for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and then next month, 300.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
then we do another
easy.
video, and 3 months
Yep.
from now, and then all the people are watching save this video, go back in 3 months. I'm gonna show back my Shopify. You're gonna see the result, and you're like, okay, fine,
It
it's
works.
true. Yeah, it works, and and this is gonna prove everything. So
Oh
this is
man, that's
all
good
you need to
stuff.
know.
See, who would do that if they didn't actually think that this has been a valuable experience?
Nobody. I mean, I wouldn't have done that with my old mentor.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Oh man. All right, cool. So like, one last thing before I let
Yeah.
you go. To anyone who's just like on the fence about joining the DropSkale, community or coaching,
Mhm.
whether it's with, in our inner circle or whether it's private directly with me. Again, they're on the fence. They worked with a crappy coach or they've never even worked with someone in the past and they just want to get going or they want to scale something up, what would you say to them if they're on the fence?
I think I would say to them, if you have starting, if you have started dropshipping at the beginning and you're like, I want to make money, I want to achieve freedom, I want to do something with my life, and you're like, I'm taking that seriously, and you already have put money into it, I think the mentorship by itself, it's like it's almost free just because of how much you save by having, faster response time and the product research sheet. If you like test five product out of the 50 and the 45 other, you didn't spend $100 on them to test them. First of all, you save about 6 months and you save 4,500 at minimum. So by doing that every week, it's like you're almost saving about 5,000 a week just by working with you. So I would
Yeah,
say if you're
not
serious about
yeah,
that,
like not to mention the cost of like if you want to pay someone to design the landing page, you want to get
yeah,
ad creatives, like all of these other costs. Like there's also money and there's time, right?
yeah,
And so it's like you get this cost savings, but you also get the time savings, and that's our most valuable
mhm.
asset.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said beforehand, you have spent millions in ads. So for someone who's starting and have spent about $500 in ads, like he's gonna know better than you just because of the experience and everything. So save yourself some money, save yourself some time, trust yourself, trust the process. If you test five products and you say, oh, I didn't get a winner, it's normal. You're testing by yourself. I would have probably tested 200 products before
Yeah,
I hit a winner by continuing by myself, just to have the time to analyze everything and to develop my skills by myself. It probably would have take me 200 products. So if
yeah,
you're like, I want to succeed, but I don't want to test 200 products by myself and spend 5 years doing so, get yourself a good mentor, save yourself some money, save yourself some time, and join here. Everything is nice, everything is relaxed, and you're gonna have success if you put in the work.
yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. Dude, Alexis, thank you for jumping on. Can't wait to hit these six-figure months with you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you on Slack. And to
Yes,
everyone
sir.
else who's watching, I hope you got some value out of this. And my DMs are always open. Shoot me a message if you're interested in getting help from both myself and Alexis, because that's what our
Mhm.
drop scale community is all about.
Yeah.
And I'll see you guys in the next video.
And he's answer fast on Instagram too.
I try.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for jumping on.
See you. Thanks.